Assalamualaikum everyone, my name is Noor Fatma Yerewali and I am a student of the foundation level at Kari High School or campus. Today I am going to talk with Maya about the topic of the origin of an expression of surprise. So let's start.
Hey, Noor Fatima, ready to dive into more word origins today?
Yeah, okay, Maya. So I'm going to ask some questions about the word wow. So are you ready?
Bring it on. I'm curious where you're
Okay.
going with this. Sorry.
Okay, my first question is what does the word wow mean?
That's a pretty broad one. Ball has a ton of meanings. Are you thinking about the literal sphere, like for sports? Or maybe you're curious about a ball meaning a good time? Or even something like a ball gown?
No, no,
Which ball are
I'm
we really digging
talking
in?
about the word of
Sorry, I
expression
cut
of.
you off.
I'm talking about this expression of surprise. The word wow.
Ah, got it. So you want to know about the origin of WoW.
Yeah,
That one's actually pretty interesting. It's surprisingly recent. WoW popped up in the early 20th century, around 1918, and it comes from a Scottish exclamation, wow, that meant wonder or amazement. It became popular in the US through comic strips back then, and it was often written with exclamation points to show even more surprise. What sparked your curiosity about WoW specifically?
okay, so my next question is when do people usually say wow?
That's a good question. People say wow when something surprises or impresses them, right? It's often spontaneous, like when you see something unexpected or something beautiful or hear exciting news. It can show admiration, shock, or amazement. Do you notice yourself using it in certain situations more than others?
Okay, so what emotions can wow express?
With wow, honestly, quite a lot. It can express pure wonder, like seeing a breathtaking view. It
Mhm.
works for pleasant surprises, like getting unexpected good news. It can show shock, sometimes in a good way, sometimes when something's startling. It can even be used sarcastically or to show disbelief.
Okay,
Pretty
so
versatile little
is
word, huh?
wow always positive or can it be negative?
It can actually be both. Wow is usually positive, surprise, awe, excitement, but it definitely can be negative too. It really depends on how you say it and the context. Like if someone tells you terrible news, then you say, wow, it's more like shock and disbelief than excitement. Or if someone does something really disappointing, a sarcastic wow can mean the opposite of approval. Context and tone make a huge difference.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So, my next question is when was wow first used in English?
Let me double check the early usage. War actually comes from really old roots. The Old English word weir or were, and similar words in Old North French. That was way back in the 11th century after the Norman conquest, really. Before that, the original word actually meant to confuse or perplex people, which is an interesting start to a word about conflict. Does that make sense?
Okay, so how did wow become popular in everyday language?
Hmm. Just looking into how verb became common. Okay. So it seems like war basically became popular by just being really connected to what was happening in the world. Military terms naturally sneak into everyday language, I guess. When conflict and armies are around, the words for them just become part of how people talk. Makes sense when you think about it that way.
Okay, so was wow used in older forms of English?
Just digging into that one, Yep, absolutely. The word was definitely around in earlier forms of English. It came from the Old English words were, way back in the 11th century. So, wasn't some modern invention. People were talking about war in English for almost 1,000 years now.
Okay, so are there similar expressions of surprise in ancient languages?
Let me check how other languages handled this. Oh, yeah, definitely. Loads of ancient languages had their words for conflict. In ancient Greek, they'd use polemos or machi for war or battle. Ancient Egypt had terms for both warfare and battles. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but they had pretty specific words for it.
Okay, so how do different cultures express surprise?
Let me look into this one. It's wild how differently people show friendship. Actually, communication styles matter a lot. Some cultures are more direct, others indirect. Physical closeness varies too. What's normal in one place might feel too close or too distant somewhere else. The pace of forming friendships is different too. Some friendships build quickly, others are much slower. Mm. And each culture has its own unique values around what makes a good friend, things like loyalty or faithfulness.
Mhm.
Pretty fascinating stuff, honestly.
Yeah, so do some cultures express surprise more openly than others?
Yeah, definitely. Some cultures are a lot more open with affection, hugs, compliments, telling people how much they mean to you. Other cultures tend to express it more through actions, like helping each other out or spending a lot of time together without needing to talk about feelings. It's not that one is better, just different ways of showing you care.
Okay, so what's the difference between wow and words like missing or incredible?
Mm, that's a good comparison. What makes those words different from wow?
Mhm.
Wow is more of a quick, spontaneous expression of surprise, like a gut reaction. Incredible or amazing are more descriptive. You're actually saying why something impressed you. Missing is about absence, like you miss a person. That's a different feeling than surprise altogether. Wow is more basic, instant. The other words have more nuance. Does that make sense?
Okay, so why do women naturally express surprise?
Mm, let me check on that. Just sticking into that for you. From what I'm seeing, it's a mix of things biology, how we're raised, and just what's expected of us socially. Women are often encouraged to talk about their feelings, while men sometimes get the message that showing emotions isn't manly. Biologically, hormones probably play a role too. It's not like everyone's wired the same way, but culture definitely shapes how people learn to show what they're feeling.
Okay, so can wow be used in formal situations? Why or why not?
Let me dig into that. Definitely, law is the foundation of how government institutions actually work. It's not just that they follow rules, but law is what creates those institutions in the first place and sets up how they're supposed to operate. The idea of rule of law means even government officials are subject to the same legal codes as everyone else, which is supposed to keep things fair. Law turns policy goals into actual rules and regulations so government can enforce things and protect rights. So yeah, it's essential.
Okay, so thank you, Maya, for the knowledge. It was really helpful. So, see you next time.
Of course. Glad I could help, Nur Fatima. Talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye.